I am doing the numerology for November 2nd, 2024. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 12. And if you add the 1 and the 2 together, you get the positive mind number 3. Today we enter into the number 3 vibration, and this is calling to the most positive sides of our nature. Remember that there is good inside each soul, but fear is a factor that will cause the good to fall asleep if the ego needs to defend a position. Whenever you feel your ego rising up and a defensive posture coming into play, that is when you should take a step back, take a few cooling breaths, remember to reconnect to that loving space within, and shift the tension in your body by shaking it off and consciously choosing to relax. Remember that all humans are mammals, and we have a primal reptilian brain. We can sense aggression, fear, defensiveness, arrogance, and resentment. We don't just read the words coming out of someone's mouth, but the body language, the breathing, the eyes, and the feelings coming off a person. I always come back to a phrase from one of my teachers. The meaning of my communication is the result I produce. That means that even if we are in denial of feeling anger or fear, if we approach someone and suddenly they react and lash out or seem to think it is okay to override your boundaries, that is a clue that we are projecting some underlying meaning that others are picking up and reflecting back to us. That is a sure clue that we are unconscious of the underlying emotional motivators that are moving through our psyche, and we probably need to stop and get in touch with something much deeper than our ego will allow us to see or notice. Today, notice your own places inside that might be leaking out into the world. Then do something that will directly address what needs to be healed inside our own being. It is not about being right, but about being aware of what is festering in our own shadows and what is motivating our actions in this world. We do not become a positive person by lying to ourselves and suppressing the darker side of our emotions. We become a positive person by healing the wounds that we have acquired in this life and then becoming a beacon of light in a world of dark shadows. A person who is more healed and whole is just easier to be around. A person who is still bent out of shape from the slights and insults of this life will always seem to have a chip on their shoulder, and they will seem certain that someone is going to knock that chip off their shoulder, so they are prepared in any moment to fight. You can see how such a soul is tense inside and projecting that outside. Every person they come around will feel that tension, and that type of pattern usually indicates a type of internalized rage that will push others away and make others feel as if they are not safe. That is why today, look honestly at what is the positive state of your own being, the more neutral state of your own being, the more balanced state of your own being, and from there, move everything in your day from that place. Thanks, everyone.